Hey guys, Weil, and today I got a little special video for you. I know I haven't been posting lately, but I just haven't really been having the motivation to post lately just because of stuff, so it's probably going to keep up for a bit, so I'm sorry for the lack of content, but figured I'd give you guys this today, a little deck profile and tournament report, because yesterday I just got my first top 8 at a regional. I was playing at the West Allis regional in Wisconsin. I was so tired that day. Like, 'cause I had gotten no sleep the night before. I had to drive the whole way there, basically drive the whole way back. It was a long day, and like, I wasn't expecting to do that well because, like, I don't know. I liked my deck and I liked how it was running and all that stuff, but it was like, I don't know. I felt like, you know, there are some things that could have been improved that I didn't hit on yet, but I don't know. Like, the deck honestly was really good. Like, the thing that I see people always try and do with this deck is like give it so many different focuses, like focusing on the way old heroes was played or whatever, but it's like the way I saw it when it came out was like you need to focus on this guy right here. Just go into Dark Law and just win. If you play around it right, so you protect it or make it so you do have a couple secondary plays, you just win. Like, a lot of decks can't deal with Dark Law, and if you set up the proper protection for it, you're good. And I mean, like, yes, you want other plays besides just Dark Law, but if you set it to protect Dark Law, you're going to have your other plays come out much stronger, and you're not going to have to go into your late game as much, or you'll have a really strong late game without having to recover from it. So that's what I kind of built the deck around, is that sort of aspect. But yeah, before I get into that, I just want to quick show the mat too, because the mat is hella nice. Like, I'm gonna try and move the webcam without fucking anything up, but yeah, I mean, the mat is, I'm honestly okay with this mat. Like, I just got rid of my Shaddolls too, but it is a nice ass mat. And then also got the mat over there. Also got the red deck box, which I like the red better than the green. I have the green one too, so actually I'm using the green as a camera stand right now, but I'm just gonna quick run through the, my tournament report, I guess. Just quick overview. I played 4 Quill-Offs, 2 Burning Abyss, 1 Infernoids, and 1 Teller Knights. I'll just quick run through the rounds. Round 1 I played the Teller Knights. The guy, he was kind of little new, well, not newish, but he didn't know like everything, and it's like, I constantly remind him, you can't do that, you can't do that. Like, when Dark Law was out half the time, I had to tell him, hey, that goes grave, hey, you can't do this. Like, he tried to summon an Altair with, and then use effect when he had no cards in grave, because he was also using Unkali effect, and I was like, no. And then he tried to alpha me while I had Dark Law out, but he was also trying to alpha my Bubble Man normal summon. It was just weird, but I mean, I beat him, obviously, because Dark Law deck is a pretty good matchup against Teller Knights. Round 2, I played Quill-Offs. That was probably my quickest match of the day, because literally all I had to do was go, I mean, this combo right here, Dark Law and Ragnar Zero, destroys Quill-Offs, and like, literally both games, turn 2, it was the same exact thing, both turn 1 and 2. Like, he didn't have any ways to stop me, and I had Goblinberg Monk, and then a random spell. I also did have MSTs in both hands, so I easily was just able to go, yeah, kill. He had no follow-up plays, so it was just like, yeah, that was the quickest 2-0 I had of the day. But, I mean, I also had really other quick 2-0s, which all of them were the Quill-Offs, really. And then round 3, I played Infernoids. Not that great of a matchup against heroes, because they can still banish from hand if they have the right resources and whatnot. But game 1, he let me go first when he won the dice roll, so I thought he was playing Shaddolls, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to go off yet, because I want to see what he wants to do. I don't want to play into him right away, so I just set a Lance past turn because I had nothing else. But then he had 2 guys. He had the one that could attack twice, but, I mean, it's still a 28 beater, so he hit me in, and then destroyed my Lance, set 1 back row past turn. I go, Hero Lives for Shadow Mist, but then he had the one Spiritual Art that just burned me for game, so it was like, oh, that's nifty. But then game 2, he had Snatch Steal, and then just really good mills after that, so I couldn't keep up. But I did get him to deck out, but he didn't draw. So, you know, he gave me the turn he decked out because he'd monster gated, but he had no monsters to summon. So, you know, that was funny. But, you know, it is what it is. So, lost to Infernoids. Then I played Burning Abyss. Just went Darklaw game 1. Game 2, I Flying Seed him, and then I was playing around with just trying to bait out everything he had. Like, he went Emptiness when I tried to mass change, but then I just hit through a graph and then started hitting through all this shit. I actually made it so... Yeah, sorry. I made it through... I made it so he had to attack into my Koga, so I went Koga, attacked over a tour guide, and then he had to knock in with Flying Sea, and I had enough back row so I could deal with any fallout plays he had later, and then it's just, yeah, I had just a... Burning Mist is a good matchup too. Like, all the meta decks are good matchups. Like, the only meta deck I'm concerned with is Shaddoll's, just because they have, you know, a good chance to have the outs. Like, they can easily go Construct, or they'll, since they're running Hidden Armory now, they can just Snatch Steal, or, you know, they'll just Regeki, but whatever. But, yeah, so meta decks aren't that huge of a concern usually. But, round 4, played Quilloffs again? Yeah, I think, yeah, my next 4 matchups, or no, I played 4 Quilloffs, 2 Burning Abyss, 2 other Knights of Nights. So, oh yeah, that was round 4 that just said was a Burning Abyss. And then, yeah, round 5 I played Quilloffs again. Yeah, my next 3 rounds were Quilloffs. Like, this round I went Darklaw first, game 1, Darklaw first turn, and Ragnar 0, and I just had a really good board, so, you know, that's what it was. Game 2, he OTK'd me. Game 3, I didn't open that good. Like, I had a Shadow Mist and a Bubble Man and a couple other things, but nothing really that great. So I had to kind of sit there while he did some stuff. He did actually do a play where, like, I had Snatch Steal in hand. He went Helix and Attribute Summon Stealth, returned my Shadow Mist to hand, and I luckily didn't draw a monster in the next turn. And, like, I had double Fairy Winds, and he had, like, triple Summoner Art, so I got him down to 5,000, took his Stealth, he had an irrelevant back row, and then I just made it Excalibur, tac for game, and it was exact game. So I could have also detached the Shadow Mist to add Bubble Man if I needed to get a little bit more game in, but yeah, that was otherwise game. Then next round was Quilloffs again. He opened really bad, like game 2, game 1, I just had the right stuff. And then next round, same case, like I just Darklaw Ragnar 0'd a bunch, and he just didn't have much to deal with it, so... Yeah, I just had good rounds against Quilloffs. And then final round was against Burning Abyss. Game 1, just Darklawed out, and I protected it. Game 2, I misplayed because I double spaced his 3 back row because I wanted to get rid of the potential of a Fire Lake so that I could go off, but I did see a Defusion, and I was like, okay, I don't want him to have a monster on board for next turn, so I'm just going to go Mass Change right here with my Shadow Mist and try and attack over it so I get it off board, so he doesn't have a free Dante play for the next turn. But he just had the second Defusion set, so I kind of had no follow-up play after that, and he just had it from there because I didn't get a search off of Shadow Mist. So then game 3, I did not get this until like very, very late game when it was irrelevant and I had no mass changes, but I basically had to fight it out with Allis and Goblinberg. Like, I did it in the weirdest ways possible. But Koga, like, saved me the day, because we got into time, I was up, but the thing is, if I forced out his board, he would have been able to push me to game, so I needed to preserve his board for a bit, because he had, like, a Dante and a Skarm, and then I had a Blade Armor and the Koga, and I eventually drew the Shadow Mist, so I set it eventually, and then, hoping he would attack into it, but eventually, he was able to... All he could do was just a Virgil, discard a Rubik to try and hit my Koga, but I still had the Alias engraved, so I was able to banish the Alias to target the Koga, or to target the Virgil, and he had no follow plays after that, because the attack lowering from Koga is permanent, so I was able to just go attack with fucking Blade Armor, and then just attack with Shadow Mist for game. I also had a Miracle Fusion, so I could have made a Gaia, which I did. I was like, I gotta go for style points, that's just a miracle, and like everyone was like, yeah, you kind of had to do that just because it was miracle, so, you know. But I got 3rd place, yeah, so out of like 250 people, so I mean, it's not the best ever, but it's like still good to get third place. It was nice. So yeah, let's just quick run through the deck. Like, I'll explain the important card choices as they go, but like, you know, 3 Shadow Mist, that's obligatory. You need it. Only double Bubble Man. Like, I didn't want this to clog up my hand too much, and it's like I wanted to control when I got it, so that I was using it on my own terms when I needed it, and that's like exactly what it did it too. Like, there were situations where I would have liked the third, but it wasn't that often, and it was better for the control, you know, for me to control it myself than, you know, my deck sack me out of it. So just 2 Bubble Man. 1 Alias, like, this was so clutch. Like, just the 1900 beater of it. Also, a lot of people try to Phoenix Chain it today. It was bad. Or yesterday, whatever. But it's just the 1900 beater aspect of it. It really does help because it lets you stall out of boards that you're having troubles with and hit over stuff without having to play out your hand too much, so that they can't use their resources the way they want to use them. And it's just, it does so much, and I'm so glad I used it. Plus, Koga and the opportunity to go Shining is always nice. Plus, it gives you more ways to go Exceed plays. So, like, you know, in a way that you don't have to use up all your resources, so I like it. Monk, it's just, I try to maximize as much as possible my ways to get into Shadow Mist, so that, again, I would have the plays for later on, so I could really, you know, not have to have a weak late game. So I wanted to optimize my early game as much as possible to get into Shadow Mist or Dark Lost. So I ran the 2 Monk. Like, some people only like 1, but it's like you need to open it, and then after that it's like you don't care what else you get as long as you have that really strong opening, which is what this is about. Then double Goblinberg, I don't run 3 because that's just way too cloggy, and like it's searchable by Rhoda anyways, and you just want to make sure if you don't get a Rhoda, or you do get this and a Rhoda, you know, it's optimized at 2. I think I like it. I don't run 10 monsters. It's 10 monsters, 20 spells, 10 traps. So that's my monster lineup. Yeah, so Mass Change, it's an amazing card. Like, I love it so much. Like, the fact that you can Mass Change into another Dark Law, I mean, that's what really saved me games, and it's just so nice. Also, quick ruling. If you do Mass Change and they try and take control of the monster that you are targeting for Mass Change, you still get the Mass Change off. So, just so you know. Then 3 Hero Lives. I mean, it's kind of obligatory. It's the same concept as Gear for me. I just need to get my combo off as soon as possible, and then after that, I shouldn't need to resolve more. So that's kind of the concept with it. Plus, it's good to pitch from Monk. So it's just, you want it as soon as possible, and you just need to get it off. 3 Rhoda, you know, searches everything but Monk. I mean, it's obligatory, whatever. 3 MST. It's a good card. You need it right now. And this card is the MVP of my deck. Lance. Like, this saved me so much. I wish I could play 3, but it's just deck space is too tight, and I need to play other things, so I make sure I have the right protection or other combo pieces. So, but I mean, this card is just so powerful right now. It's just, it literally saved me every single game I played today. Like, if I didn't have Lance in this deck, I probably wouldn't have topped. Like, it gets me out of so many situations. Like, when I was playing against Burning Abyss, he had a Vanity's Fiend up. I had an Alias in hand, but I had no way to get over it. Yeah, it was a Vanity's Fiend. So I just went normal summon Alias. He had no other back row that was going to be relevant to hit me with, so I just went Lance and Damage Step, killed it. And then there's other situations where Lance just came up, like when my opponent flipped Skill Drain against me. When I had a Monk, I was just like, I'll Lance the Monk, and then at least get some plays on board. You know, get monsters on board to apply damage because they have nothing on board. So, you know, Lance is just good. It saved me too much. Wish I could play 3. I side the 3rd, but it's like, I wish I could main deck 3, but I just don't have the space for it. 2 Miracle. Like I said, I don't want to focus too much on doing old heroes, so I didn't play too many Alias. I didn't play too many everywhere else. I needed the space for other stuff too, so I didn't want to do too much around Miracle Fusion, but there were times, obviously, that the Miracle was needed to push for game or help with my board, so it's a good card, and I was thinking of cutting it to 1, but after playtesting, it's just, the 2 is just right, I think. It helps your boards a lot. I play, all these are, the next ones are 1-ofs, but 1 Mass Change second. A lot of people don't play this in this deck, but it makes your Goblinbergs and Summoner Monks a lot more alive, because then they're just not sitting there. Like, I know you can Exceed with them, but sometimes going into that Mass Hero gives you a better option than wasting your Exceed super early, and you might not have the right Exceed to go into. So, I don't know. I think this is an amazing card. Plus, it clears out your monster-heavy hands so you can go into Bubble Man plays. So, it adds a lot. and I like it. Just the one, but it does add a lot, and I like it. So, one e-call, just so I have a little bit of extra searching with the, so I make sure I really do get my combo pieces, and if I need to, I can just go e-call for Bubble Man, or not Bubble Man, econ for Allis, and I just am good. Or e-call. One Regeki is too good, and then one Snatch Steal, because this card should be fucking banned. I don't know, Snatch Steal, it steals games way too easily. Then go to the traps, 2 Emptiness. I would like the third, like, all the 2-ofs in this, except for Call the Haunted, I wish I could play a third of, but it's just, there's no space, and I need to make sure I don't overclog myself, so, 2 Emptiness wins games. 2 Mirror Force. This with Dark Claw is just amazing, and it's just, clearing boards is a lot, even if you don't have Dark Claw out, just being able to clear your opponent's board is a lot more relevant than, like, banishing something with, like, Defissure, or Deprison, so it's just, I don't know, Mirror Force is so relevant. I love it. 2 Breakthrough Skill. I like Aspire from Phoenix Chain because they can't NST it, and if they go, like, Zenmanes or something, it's just, there's a lot better options, I feel like, than Phoenix Chain, or they're a lot better than Phoenix Chain right now, and it's just, I don't care about stopping attacks. Like, I have plenty of other protections, it's not a huge deal. Double Call. Great card. I just don't like it at 3 because I feel like it can overclog again a lot more than the other protection. So I don't know. I like 2 though. And then Bottomless Compulse. Like, this is I was iffy on, but it really did help. Like, it was weird against Burning Abyss, but I could make it work if I needed to. So that was my main deck. Let's just quick go over extra. Just 1 Ab-Zero because again I don't want to focus too much on the fusions, and I needed space for other stuff. But 1 Ab-Zero is fine. Escudao. My friend wanted me to say this is the most important card of the deck, but because he wanted his Escudao to go up in price, but no, I never went into it. Like, I would only go into it if I really need to push, but I never went into it yesterday. Gaia, just because you run the Goblinberg, and it just makes your miracles a lot more live, because half the time you might not have the heroes in your grave, so it's just making another miracle live so you can get a better push in is always nice. So, and then Shining, it's good. Just 1 Acid, because I mean, I honestly go into Koga more than I go into this, because a lot of the times I'm going to clear out their back row really easily. Like, I very rarely go into this, but it's still amazing. Like, I went into it like once against Quill-Offs, and I played it wrong. I could have, because I didn't Ab-Zero out, I could have just Ab-Zeroed away his board. Instead I was going attack, and then went into this, but it was like, I don't know, I misplayed, but it was like, it wasn't a huge deal. It was just one of those things, but I don't know. Acid, I wouldn't play more than 1, just because, like I said, with how I play the deck, it's focused around Dark Law, and I need to go into that more, and I just need more things that'll support it or get me better board clearance, and it's like most of the time they're gonna have monster heavy boards, and Acid isn't the right play. 3 Dark Law, I honestly do go into 3. Like, this card's just way too good, and it's like, because you can mass change into it with mass change, or regular mass change, so it's like you have plenty of ways to use all 3, I feel like, so I wouldn't play with that 3. 1 DM because of Goblinberg. I usually exceeded with it, but if I had to, I could go into this. And then Koga was an MVP. I love Koga. Like, Koga, it won me games. So, yeah, it's so good. Blade Armor, I don't know. It did me a lot of work. Like, I was thinking about taking it out for a 1-on-1, but I'm glad I didn't. Yeah, it was a good card. Castell, it's a good card. Exton, I honestly don't like it. Like, I get that it is needed, but I honestly might just take it out. I never use it, and it's like, if I'm already having to go into an Exton, I'm probably losing anyways. So, and Excalibur fucking wins games, and then Ragnar Zero, like I said, it wins. It's so good against Quill-Offs, and it's just, yeah, like, I probably am gonna put in like Dweller over Exciton, or just some good like beater. I don't know. I just need something that'll beat without having to like use too many or do some weird ass shit. So anyways, side deck, 2 Flying Sea, 2 Maxi, just for Burning Abyss, and I guess for whatever, they're good cards, so they put in a lot of work. 3rd Lance, because I wanted it so much, but it definitely put in work. 2 Noblemens. I honestly wish this was Defusion. I never used it once because I never played Shadalls. Like, it was in for the Dragons and the Squamatas, but I probably would have wanted the Defusions more, but I don't know. It's still not a bad card. It's just I never used it because I never played Shadalls. But yeah, 2 Twister in case I know they were going to side in extra back row for me, and I was playing mainly decks that wouldn't, and it's like, since I was mainly playing against Quill-Offs and Burning Abyss, it's like I didn't need this as much, but against Tellers it was good, and then whatever, because if I'm playing against Quellos, I'm going to just side the Fairy Winds, so. And then, 2 Mind Crush. Card's amazing with Dark Law, but I only usually use it against Quellos, because it's like, I don't want to overside otherwise, but this card just does so much work against Quellos, so. And if I need to, like, I guess Teller Knights as well, but yeah, this was Dark Law. It's like, if you don't hit the card that they search with Dark Law, then you just use this, and then it's like, okay, you lose. And then Third Emptiness, just in case I needed it, because then I would, you know, side out other stuff so that I get this more. So yeah, this is my hero deck. Yeah, I got 3rd place with it, and Quellos was like my easiest matchup of the day, so, you know, but yeah, Burning Abyss isn't too bad either, but, you know, they can always still exceed and try and get over you or go Virgil, I guess, but I don't know. But yeah, I'm happy with the deck, and like, there are very minimal changes I would do, but in general, I was happy with it, so, you know, yeah, but that'll be it for this one, so, hope you guys enjoyed. Such a baller, Rick, I'm Sub, and later, guys.